guys, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Chris. Today we're diving into part 2 of the BH Cosmetics Brunch Over Everything Weekend Vibes collection. That is a really long name. In my previous video, we went over the Avocado Toast palette alongside the So Extra Chai Latte lip set. I also went ahead and I used one of the shades from the blush palette, which is the Bellini blush palette. I do use this again today. But today we're going to focus on the Mimosa palette as well as the So Extra Bloody Mary lip set. Let's start off with the So Extra Bloody Mary lip set. In this one we have these two colors. Each of these come with 4 grams worth of product. So we're going to open these up and swatch them right now. If you saw my last video, then you already know how I feel about these. Oof. They are so soft, so moisturizing. They definitely aren't some cheapy lip gloss. They don't feel tacky, which is great. And they definitely make my lips feel bigger, like plumpier. This one, by the way, is called So Hydrated. Now, this one is called Spicy. This is the one I have on today. Woo! Look at her. Oh my gosh. So gorgeous. From the Bellini blush set, I went ahead and I used the Peachy Keen blush right here at the corner. This is how it looks up close. Once again, just in case you didn't see my last video. In the last video, I used this one right in the middle, which is Life's a Peach. Okay, now the palette. This is the Weekend Vibes Mimosa palette. This is how the outside looks with sleeve. In the back, it gives a bunch of information, like it was made in the PRC, aka China. It has 24 months worth of shelf life, cruelty-free, and it contains talc and mica. This palette also weighs 16 grams worth of product, and this is how the palette looks on the inside. So I'm going to bring this up close so you can see. There you go. And the back is pretty much the same, except it doesn't have the ingredients. When you open the palette, it looks like this. It does come with a mirror that can fold all the way back. And here's the color story. We have 5 shimmers and 11 mattes. Out of 16 shadows, today I use 14. Here are some pre-recorded swatches. Every single color, with the exception of the white, yellow, and orange mattes, are swatched 1 time. The white, yellow, and orange are swatched 2 times. It's definitely buildable. It's pigmented still. You'll see that in the eye demonstration. They feel really creamy and buttery going in with a finger, can I just say? Now, in terms of the formula, it does blend great, just like the Avocado Toast palette, which was really amazing to see. And on top of that, it's an affordable palette. Big thumbs up for that. So I'm going to take some live swatches for you right now. I don't use Happy Hour and I don't use Cheers. So I want to show you that. Let me show you the white, which is chilled, and let me show you, let me take Sunny, which is yellow, so you can see what I'm talking about in terms of building it up and things like that. So here you go. This is 1, 2, 3, and 4. I hate pinky swatches. I don't know why I do pinky swatches, but there it goes. I'm gonna go one more time, in with the white and in with the yellow right here. Let's take the white, just layer that, and then the yellow, let's just layer that again. And there you go. The white to me is what stole the show in this palette. It's such a good white matte. So for this video, I have a bunch of different brushes that I used today. I used some from the Crayon Case, the Ipsy x Tetris collection, Sugar Cosmetics, and BH Cosmetics. Oh, and Profusion. As always, I start with my eye look, putting down some Kylie Cosmetics concealer in the shade Maple, and then I pat it down with a Juno & Co. sponge. Using the Sugar Cosmetics blending brush, I went ahead and I went in with We Love Brunch, or We Heart Brunch, and I put that all across the lid right on top of the concealer as a base. Next, I use the Crayon Case brush. This is the same one that I use in the Avocado Toast palette. Just a really dense packing brush. It doesn't have a number, but it is one of my favorites. I use this brush to go in with pomegranate. I started off at the outside of my eye. As I mentioned earlier, in terms of the shadows, they are really pigmented. Using the same brush, I went in with Guava, and I put it in my lid right next to pomegranate. And I do go just a little bit on top of pomegranate just so that it blends together. And honestly, the blend took 2 seconds, just like the Avocado Toast palette. Again, with the same brush, I'm going in with OJ this time. As I mentioned earlier, although it needed 2 swatches and it might need a build up, the orange did show up really nicely on the lid, and I did put that right next to Guava. Then I took up Sunny, which was the yellow matte that I showed you guys earlier. I put that one right next to OJ, and just like OJ, it needs just a little bit of a build up. I think it went in 3 times and it showed up beautifully. Then I took my BH Cosmetics 5 brush with Chilled, that white matte, and like I said, it is beautiful. Literally my favorite. Usually I'm like, it's the purple shade, it's this shade, it's a shimmer. No, and this one is the white. Next, I don't really cut my crease. Like I don't know what to call this. I use the Tetris x Ipsy collection, this flat brush that you really use for like a liner or for like your eyebrows, but I used it to outline my crease. But I started off in the inner corner of my eye and I pretty much outlined everything I just did all the way to the back and then down, meeting the back of my eye. And then very carefully, basically without breathing, I take it from the middle of that tip of the wing and I bring it into my crease line. Then using that same brush, I went in with raspberry. Now, this takes a lot of time and a lot of patience, but I promise you the end result is going to be gorgeous. I started patting it on the inner part of that line and going up towards about midway of my actual eye. Next, doing the same motion, I go in with Vibes. Just like raspberry, I'm just patting it in, building it up, and taking my time. That is the key part of this if you're following me. Take your time. For the back, you guys know I could not resist dipping into Saluti. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. I put it for the rest of that line at the top all the way to the tip. Then I also used it to go down for the lower lash line and for the beginning of the middle line as well. So what I'm trying to do is go from dark to light and then from light to dark. With that being said, I went back in with Vibes to go right next to Saluti. Then lastly, I went back in with Raspberry to finish up the crease line. For my inner corner highlight, I went in with the pencil brush from the crayon case and I picked up some champagne. I do notice that when you're using a dry brush, you have to build it up a little bit. If I wet my brush or use my finger, it comes out amazing. My brow bone, using the same brush, I go in with Bubbly. That one I tapped very lightly and I put it right in the brow bone. It's definitely shiny and blinding. I didn't plan on doing this, you guys, but I kind of got on like a highlight fever. So I took my Profusion brush and I went in with Fizzy. In the pan, Fizzy looks really, really, really pink, but when I swatched it, it looked like it could be a potential highlighter. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna put this on my cheek. It's absolutely beautiful. For the lower lash line, I'm just going to use a very small blending brush from the crayon case and I'm going to go back in with Pomegranate and I'm running it all across the lower lash line. Then using the same brush, I'm going in with Bottomless and I'm going to run that under Pomegranate because Pomegranate is a very pigmented color and I don't want a harsh line. So I just want to soften up the line with Bottomless. Just wanted to add just a little bit more shimmer to my lid. I picked up the shimmer called Pop with the crayon case pencil brush. I just dragged it from the champagne pop and a little bit towards the center of my eye. Lately, I have been using a lot of color in my waterline, so I wanted to keep that up. And I went back in with the Tetris brush and I picked up Pomegranate and I just ran that in my waterline. For lashes today, I'm wearing the Glam Light Paint Splashes lashes in purple. And as always, the Tarte Big Ego mascara. That's it, you guys. That is the look that I did today. Obviously, it is a very funky, kind of crazy look. Let me know your thoughts and comments down below. Let me know if you're going to grab anything from this entire collection. Remember, we have 2 lip sets and then 2 palettes. The Avocado Toast palette and the Mimosa palette. These are greens and these are reds. Remember, you can also grab the Bellini blush palette as well. This is a really great blush palette. By the way, as of June 9th, they do have a sale going on, so everything is much cheaper. Alright guys, well, I hope you are staying safe. Love you all so much. I will catch you guys on the next one. Bye.